Hello, and I didn't hit transition. Hello, everyone. I did remember to unmute us, though, so it is going pretty well. Oh, and I didn't ask. Yandema, what is your runner's goal for this, your time goal?
Like 120.
Okay, let's do
it.
it.
20.
So, we are now going... Amazing. We are now going with, I just keep hitting the wrong button. I forgot that delete was me, like, one of my hotkeys for live split.
Well, I was gonna say, I just saw the timer, like...
Yeah, because I wasn't hitting... I just kept hitting the wrong thing.
My timer is, like, it's like insert, delete, home, end, like...
Exactly.
It's...
So, hi. We are now playing Shadow at the Water's Edge with Yandema. Can you introduce yourself and your co-hosts?
Hi, I'm Yandema. I'm going to be running Shadow at the Water's Edge, as Risa just said. With me commentating, I have Steveuschrist.
Heyo.
And I also have Jameson from Vote for Hope.
Ahoy, everyone.
I guess I'll get right into it, and we can do further introductions while we do the opening.
Okay,
yeah, because the opening cutscene, yeah.
So count me in.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go. Right, no. Yeah, all right. Cutscene skipped like right off the bat. Pressing that trigger right in the top left corner of the game to basically skip the portrait falling down. So very, very nice. I don't know how like perfect it is. I know that I've messed it up before when I was running this game, but we got it, so that's good. Spamming because phone calls are the thing in this game, apparently. Not as bad as Scarlet Hand, but they can be pretty annoying.
There are a lot of phone calls.
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, we have currently the incentive, donation incentive for this run is there is a poll, and that poll you can donate, put your money towards which phone charm that we buy at the very end of the game.
Ooh. Nice.
So
I like that.
I think the 3 that there are is mushroom, donut, and whale. So make sure you choose one of those options when you donate.
On my way to the donation link to rig it for the whale.
The whale is the most expensive one.
Oh, you better get
even better.
It's like more than 2 times the amount of the mushroom.
That's hardly my problem.
Strange though. When I was checking in,
yeah, whales rule, right, Galings, actually.
Everyone was really weird about it.
Huh. Oh no.
So this game starts off with a lot of dialogue.
Yeah.
Bye.
Lots of, like, weird things happening, and whoa, who's this?
This
jump scaring us already. What's going on, sir?
This is Rentarno. With an N.
Rentarno.
Oh my gosh.
It's official confirmed by her interactive in text.
We have $20 from Billy the Orca that says, boy, if you don't.
Nice.
Going towards the whale.
So, you're still here. That's surprising.
When I'm speedrunning, I like to give my characters a monocle with my magnifying glass.
So, you're American. From New York City?
No, a place called River Heights. It's in...
Oh, we can't expose where the state that Nancy lives in because it's a fictional town. We'll just have him conveniently cut her off.
On the other hand, you'd have to be crazy not to live there. It's one of those, unwinnables.
Do you work here?
Technically, it's a complicated thing we've got going on. I'm sort of like the handyman around here. So, should I bother getting to know you, or are you going to be like all of the rest?
What do all of the rest do?
I will be the first to admit that I've never actually been brave enough to attempt a speedrun of any game you can't skip dialogue. I've only done like, what? Message in a Haunted Mansion. I tried Treasure in the
You did Secrets Can Kill Remastered.
That one too, yeah. That's a short enough game.
Shorter games, yeah.
Yeah.
So Elizabeth
not so scary.
Creamflake has just donated $20 saying, everyone go vote to get the whale charm. And Veronica
Oh, no.
donated her last $4 budgeted for the event saying, here's my last $4. Whale, 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 whale.
Okay, so it sounds like we
I-
got. Let's do like I guess like a emoji in the chat for whichever one you want to win. So I guess like a whale if you want the whale, the mushroom for the shroom, and then the donut for the donut, I guess. Let me see what the chat consensus is here.
I feel like I shouldn't have said that the whale was the most expensive one this early on in the run.
It's just another example of how awesome
Yeah, you may have
That doesn't
doomed yourself there.
But they just make words. I mean, get with the game, letters. Numbers, on the other hand, get a few handfuls of
Okay,
those,
we're almost
and you
done
can
with
make a bridge
Rentarno for
to send a
now.
person into space, or
Talks a
an
lot
app of a
because
genetic code, or
he just has a lot. He just has a lot to say
get
because he's
pictures
like, look, numbers. Let me give you this puzzle to solve.
in here. All you need to do is look this over and finish the pattern. And when you're done,
Oh yeah, no, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for 7 for whales.
I'll give you something better.
Mushroom gang, where you at?
And there are instructions inside in case
Represent.
I should go.
Yeah,
I'll
Karen
talk
has
to
to
you later.
donate for the mushroom,
See you
right?
later.
She likes mushrooms.
What's going on?
All right,
Yep, there
I'm
it
gonna
is,
do
yep.
the most complex speedrunning trick that's ever been a Nancy Drew. Here we go. No, oh no, that's not it. Hold on. Shoot. It'll happen eventually.
Oh dang it! Ah. Oh gosh.
Almost.
I did it.
There we go. That's it. It's the sweat.
Unacceptable. I want my money back, and I want a car sent immediately.
All right, 2 mushrooms, 1 donut.
Now we go back to Rentarno.
I finished the
Now that we finished the nanograms, basically one of the running things in this game is that you'll get different puzzles from Rentar. So get the first one, solve it during the cutscene, go right back to get the next kind of puzzle.
Yeah, because the Sudoku takes the longest, so we're going to want the Sudoku for most of the runs so that we can have it, so we can do it during like cutscenes.
The way around the monster Sudoku is there. We're gonna have to sit down and grind that out.
Portrait from the lobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a section of like a couple minutes of just like nothing, just numbers being put up on the screen. There's nothing else that happens during that.
I just played through this game not long ago, and my goal was to try to do monster nanograms, which, if you don't know, that'll be its own segment at the end. And I got close, but I needed help. At the very least, I feel like I better understand nanograms now.
Yeah, like I did not understand nanograms like at all when I played this game, and then sometime in high school I just like downloaded a nonogram app and like totally got it, and now I love nanograms. So
Hold on to this article.
This had the dreaded portrait puzzle. That's actually one of my brother's favorites, but I have always suffered immensely to get that one right. And of course, if you're a speedrunner though, like Yandema, it is done in less than a
no,
minute.
like it's like 13 steps.
What was that? Like less than 20 seconds?
Yeah.
It is a pleasure.
The
Impressive.
puzzle is actually one of my favorites.
And it's a really well-designed puzzle. It just
is.
frustrates me.
Yeah.
You know, you talk about reskinning puzzles in this franchise. That's one that I would not have mind to see return in a later game.
Yeah, right. Out of all of them, like the portrait puzzle is so like unique to this game. Like they just like
Very
they've
satisfying.
never brought it back for in any sort of like capacity that I can think of.
Yeah.
Alright, so if you've never seen this part before, be prepared.
What do you mean?
Oh, you're doing
Have your mind
calligraphy,
blown.
like mock speed.
Yes, you. This
Yes.
is the I don't want to say like the cheat because that's like not it, but there's the katakana like calligraphy. There's a built-in like fail-safe basically. If you fail a certain number of times, then the game will go easy on you, and we're going to use that to our advantage. Dude, I hated this puzzle like doing it for the first time. Like it's it was so hard because I remember being so nitpicky and just
It's funny when you do it for the first time and you're not also speedrunning it live, because it's like pixel perfect to the point that it's goofy. That Takai's like, no, you have to start over. You went, you went a
yeah.
little over the line there.
Oh yeah.
I get flashbacks to learning cursive in the 2nd grade.
Oh gosh.
But man,
Yeah, it kind of is the same idea.
Is it
I'm really itching to see this.
is it cheating if you use a drawing tablet?
I should try again.
It is a name, but it is
You
not
know, that's a good question. I mean,
in.
it's. I mean, can you even sync up a drawing tablet to this game? I guess you
Yes,
could,
I
right?
do it. I
You
that's
do?
what I
Yeah.
do. I play when I play the game casually. I just
Yeah.
hook up my
Well
tablet.
done, Nancy.
So
This
all you
I
have to do
mean,
is
hey,
block out
that's
the
just
numbers
using your resources.
Exactly.
I knew you could do this.
So
well.
basically what happened there is if you
Leave
fail
this to the doctor,
7 times,
and I'll have
the
it
game was
brought
like,
to your
okay,
room
this guy's
to
bad.
remind
We'll
you
just
of your
give him a free
success.
pass. And so you just have to
I'll
cover
talk
the
to you later.
numbers.
Goodbye.
How did you figure this out?
It's built into
I-
the game. Like, I don't.
I need a key
Like,
to
I
open
guess
the
you
door.
just.
I mean, where did you learn this trick of the trade if you didn't learn it yourself? Because that's like
I'm pretty sure I was doing a run and I was just really bad one time and I was just like screwing around. And then I was like, wait a second, it's
Genius
literally
rebel.
like just accepting me scribbling.
Mhm.
And we had to get a warm welcome from Suki right there.
Oh yeah.
And then we are
Gotta
going to
peek
bed.
that robotic cat. Wake
Mhm.
up at 2 a.m. Now we just run back to bed.
So
But when we run back to bed,
we have a donation, $10 from Ducky Daring, saying donating to get rid of bad accents. And also it seems like those $10 went to, and you guessed it, the whale.
well,
Yes.
but yeah, right here we're gonna utilize the in-game cutscenes that we just heard some very spooky sounds, but of course Yandema was just solving the puzzle, so I don't know what happened on that balcony. No one saw anything, so we're just gonna go back to sleep after we do a couple more numbers. Yeah, Suki is like she's like on point. She's like, do not touch this. She's like, I'm watching you.
Hello.
And so the reason that we go down literally just for Suki to eject us
What are you
out of
two
existence
talking about?
is because when Bess calls us right now, we can ask her about the cat name, or to
Is her name
find the
Yumi?
cat name. So that sets up the master sudoku a lot quicker.
So much fun. She told us all about everyone at the Ryokan, and it sounds like you've got your hands full.
I should come to meet her. I have a few questions.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
I know that tone of voice.
There are a lot of timers in this game. We have the
What are you talking
one about the master sudoku coming, the book,
Maybe.
as well as
I
the
don't know
Yumi
exactly
photo
what is
timers.
going on at the Ryokan, but it's really strange.
I remember that the Yumi photo timers would always drive me crazy because I was never certain if there was a trigger I had to do or if it was literally just walking around and waiting for the text to come.
I have the
Well,
triggers for
I saw
all
something
7 of them.
really
I
strange in my room.
found them all. I have like a
A
list
shadowy
somewhere.
figure showed up in my
find it.
room, but when I looked out on the balcony, no one was there. It was like whoever it was just disappeared.
Creepy. Okay, that's
So this game, there's a lot of stuff going on the phone over this game, and I think that the crown jewel of it all is the Savannah Logan complex. I think everyone just loves Logan as the side character who we always need to see return. Such a relatable guy.
It was pretty
Definitely.
scary, I admit, but I don't believe
I even
it's
love that he
something
gets his
just
own little mention in Goes to Thornton Hall, where Savannah actually goes in depth and says that he fired me, even though it normally works the other way around.
Yeah. And I mean, or not after that, but wait, was Spy after Ghost of Thornton Hall? I don't remember.
Spy was
It was
cool.
after, right? It was right after. In Spy, I mean, you find out that Logan is
has
like
one. It's cute.
a spy, I think, or like he's involved,
He's on a list of
or
names.
like he's
or
on like a list or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
like.
Right. I need
But
to
that's
gets
like
around.
know what it is.
but that's like the last that you kind of like hear of him.
That would be amazing.
Man, I wouldn't have minded seeing Logan come in as like an actual in the flesh character someday, or maybe just another
Yeah.
phone contact game with him.
Yeah, because he clearly has a lot of resources. I mean,
A lot of character too.
yeah, right.
He says the only reason he took the job in this game to work for Savannah was that it was too weird to pass up.
Yeah, I mean, hey, working for a ghost hunter, like,
Dream
how can you
job.
say no to that? Or we got the navigation of the subway. Every day, every time I play this game, I am so glad that you only have to navigate to like each new location one time instead of just going step by step by step every time because oh boy.
Me too.
If you don't actually read the letter in your room that tells you the names of the locations that you need to go to, this will take you forever on a first time playthrough to figure out which locations let you back up.
Yeah.
And I say that because it took me forever on my first playthrough.
Absolutely not. Who's asking? It might be. Are you going
Alright, so while Yumi's talking, I have my list of the picture triggers right here. So the first one triggers right when you get the Master Sudoku. The second one triggers after the Tanograms.
Which one is it?
The third one is seeing the shadow in the second bath water.
Yes.
Yep.
Perfect. Get over here. Come on.
Picture
You're
4
learning to
is
make bento
solving
Yumi way.
the
Now
colors
trust me, it's a
puzzle.
life skill. Once you know how to make a good bento box, you
Number
pretty much
5
got
is
the
when you
whole
finish the
world
renogram. You don't have to
figured
turn it in.
Sure,
You just have to
sounds
finish
good.
it.
Fantastic.
Which is why we're doing those
Very
Rentaro puzzles in
You
the
may
first
notice
place.
that they run the gamut
Picture
from
6
pretty
is when you
cute
get
to
Yumi's
insanely
key
adorable.
for her apartment.
This
And
is
then
not
picture
a mess.
7 is when you
Very
finished
easy.
origami.
The customers will give you a list of what they want and how they want it organized.
And then once you
practice
trigger
over,
that,
you won't believe
it
how easy
for
it
some
is.
reason the game
Okay,
like
I
just
gotta go.
picks a random
Going?
number and makes
Where are
that
we
the
going?
timer.
The store.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Number?
You'll do fine.
Yeah, like
So
it'll
that would
pick a
come down to
number like
RNG?
100 to 500.
Wait.
Like it could literally
guess
be a
I
difference of
better
like
get
3
to work.
minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Uh-huh.
Wow.
definitely a lot of RNG.
That's RNG that you don't even realize is baked into the run then. That's
Right. Uh-huh. Like that's just it.
I would have never guessed. For one thing, I didn't even know it was a timer until you told me a minute ago.
Hey, I
But
did
to
it.
think that it's a
That was pretty
slightly randomized timer is crazy.
Which is why you can be at the end of the run and like you've printed out all the photos and you're like running around trying to wait for the last one because like you can still have to wait a minute or two and it's like so oh.
Yes.
This is why I'm not a speedrunner.
Interesting. You're working some kind of angle here, aren't you? Not that it matters. Still way too busy to talk.
Frederica Geraldine in chat says super accurate puzzle in regard to, I believe the subway, the metro.
Subway, yeah.
I can only imagine.
Taking views you'll not soon forget. The Ryoka
In
here
Cleveland, our buses
is
run
to a
above the
secret
ground,
place.
so
Perfect
I do not have that
for
experience, but I'm kind of glad for it.
Of Japan, or the family in search of that perfect vacation. Ryokan Hie, discover Japan, discover you.
So we just had the first of the bento puzzle. I enjoy bento a lot. I remember it was like it's frustrating, but I do enjoy it. And luckily because she gives you a whole explanation, like while she's explaining it, Jan was able to kind of basically like figure it out in his head and then like do it as soon as we got out of it. But sadly this is the easiest of the 3 that we have to do, and of course we have like the most time to solve it, but it's fine.
It's just over by the Kurume station.
I keep saying that Her Interactive should put out a mobile app that just has all of these mini games.
I would honestly, they really should.
I would pay for an app where I could play Bento and the Nanograms and like even
That
like
would be a big
Scram or something. I tweeted at them years ago and they never responded to me about it. So,
That's mage.
but I do bully them on social media. So
Yeah.
there's that.
I mean, isn't there like a trend of Hair trying to like go into like mobile like
Yeah.
game-ish kind of? Like was that a thing?
They tried that with Codes and Clues and it did not work out. Is there a Codes and Clues speedrun? I don't know how the game works at all.
I also know nothing about codes and clues.
No, yeah.
That should tell you something.
They tried to make a
saved
TV
an
show out of
entire
it.
second.
Alright, we're heading over to Yumi's apartment because she was like, go get my boxes for me, and we were like, okay. And we see this mysterious book by Savannah Woodham. Whoa.
Still have to do
Oh
that.
my god.
Having her
Oh my gosh.
very handy. It looks
And we go to
like
the chapter that's supposed to have the one on the Ryokon, and of course it's pulled out. Because nothing is ever simple in these games.
Why would she keep the book and just tear it like the
Right?
triggers
Yeah,
and
like
stuff?
you don't even find it in the trash, you find it on her bed, like
interviews?
I'm Savannah Woodham's assistant. Is she interviewing you?
Just some light reading.
yeah, right, some ghost
Death
stories
of her
before I go to bed, you know.
She wrote.
Oh, great. I'm so
But
glad you
we're
called.
talking
Really?
to our good friend over here finally, not Savannah yet. And he's like, are you here for like the interview? And haha, gonna hang up on you. Because I'm like overprotective, but I definitely like when you first talk to Logan, like not the biggest fan of him, but like when you get to he like it's weird, he actually like kind of has a character arc, I guess, in this game in some weird way. Like
there's a chapter missing.
What was in the missing chapter?
Yeah, in this game, he starts off, he's the unapologetic answering machine service, and then he falls for Bess out of the blue, and he gets this whole quid pro quo arc with Nancy, where if you help set me up with your friend, I'll get you this book you need, or I'll translate the book for it. Also, RPG Galen just said in the chat a minute ago about the idea of a minigame app. What's funny to me is, correct me if I'm wrong, on the special editions of these games, don't they have a minigames that from past games you can play on your phone?
They do.
Or did they?
They do.
Yeah, Jan has it on his phone, and this like in the version he's playing right now, he played
on
like
the bonus,
Gold Rush, not Gold Rush,
it's the
but
bonus editions.
They
do.
Nancy gets to have the app we all
She has the games, right? Yeah.
That's
the
rough.
earlier bonus editions have like very minimal games. Like this one just has double take and land rush.
Trolls, like we love that.
Unless there's some way that I don't know of to disable the whole walking forward animation in Curse of Blackmore Manor for the DVD, that run is like never gonna be improvable because that was so difficult to play.
Waiting for the boutiques to
correct me if I'm wrong. We have a Haunted Mansion Game Boy Advance run in this
Yeah,
stream.
right. That's one of the stretch goals. Yep, from Tober. I really hope I get to see that because
once we reach $3,000, we get there. So we're pretty close to that already.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that would be emulated, but I actually have it at the original cartridge. I found it at a little video game shop I know some years ago, and boy, the soundtrack is scary. It's literally just the regular soundtrack from Message on a Mansion, but they dumb it down to the 8-bit MIDI version.
Right, yeah, to fit it on the
so creepy.
Can you help me out with a little more bento right now? I'll hook you
Okay,
up with the
so we have to do 3 bentos in this run, and the first bento is more or less the same, just with different animals. The pattern is the same, but 2 and 3 are always random. So we're going to be doing live
bento solving.
Let's see.
Really?
So I think this is Rice Bear. This is the cat. No.
I really want to apologize to chat. I don't know why the sound went out for a bit because I didn't touch anything.
Oh no.
So for like, I guess it was a couple minutes, no one could hear us at all.
No, what? No.
Oh, no. Now I have to start talking about Message on a Mansion again.
No, I think they heard that. It might have only been like a minute or so.
A minute, okay.
Oh, okay.
It's probably just Twitch being Twitch.
Dude, I honestly, yeah, because the stream, like the Discord audio on the stream didn't go out for me at all or anything. So
it was including you guys, I think. I don't think they could hear any of us.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, Twitch. Thank you, Twitch. Very cool.
Pardon me, my cat has just leapt up onto my desk. I'm going to try to contain him. He always does this.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why both of my cats have been ejected from my office.
But they're like, Mom.
Yeah,
Mr. F can behave himself.
Oh, chat says that you should put cat pics in the Discord. So.
All right. Just a second. I think I actually have some on my computer for this reason.
I definitely have a cat pack. I have plenty of pictures of my pets, so I will.
All right, Neptune, hold your horses.
Veronica will never calm down if there are cat pictures.
All right. This is going in the ND Speedathon General.
Perfect.
All right. Yeah. Give me 1 second. I think I have one in my recent for I started playing this old horror game Scratches this week. It's really cool. That's what I was doing.
to you later.
Bye, Nancy Drew.
But this old game I was playing, I took pictures of the box because I actually got a physical copy, and my cat was laying so stretching so surreptitiously in front of the box that I decided to get a picture of him to put in the video, and I'm pretty sure that's still on my desktop somewhere. Let's see.
Dude, gotta love, that was a nasty Bento puzzle. For Bento, I feel like you either get it like within a couple seconds, or it's like it takes like a couple minutes. Like there's no in between.
But then the guy told George.
I've never seen that pattern before either.
Beautiful, gorgeous girl. He'd be willing to make an exception. You're turning red. Nancy, she's turning red.
Am not. Anyway, there's a catch. He only shares secrets with the like-minded. He gave me this monster puzzle to solve, but I'm too busy.
Alright, so now we're getting that monster puzzle, the monster Sudoku puzzle, which is just numbers for minutes.
Numbers and numbers.
Numbers and numbers.
I'll let you get back to work.
This is a good puzzle though. I think it's forgivable when you set it aside next to the other one.
The master one at the end.
Is this the picture? No,
I feel like Sudoku is easier to understand than Nanograms are at first. Maybe it's just me because I like grew up playing Sudoku and I had not encountered Nanograms at all, but like my sister and I didn't have that hard of a time with the Master Sudoku, but the Nanogram puzzle at the end was like how is a child supposed to solve this?
It makes you question, like, are we really playing E10 and up right now?
Yeah, right. And the thing is that I'm pretty sure that this game is only 10 and up because of like the horror aspect to it, not even like the puzzle difficulty. Like, but they also maybe they were like, oh, we're gonna make it horror anyway, so we'll cram some hard puzzles in there anyway. Because I feel like casually this game was one of the longer games. Like this always sticks out in my mind as one of the longest games.
Whoops.
Nice.
This is the only game I've streamed that's taken me more than 2 streams to do. I think it took me 3, and they were all like meaty 3-hour streams too.
Right. Yeah. No, it took me, my sister and I, a while to get through it.
Just sorry.
Finally getting that origami.
To chat. There's on Tiltify. There's an incentive that says it's for death % marathon. I did not mean to enable that because it's not how it works. It's just going to be cumulative for the entire event. So I'm really sorry to whoever donated $10 to that because it's just going to be the entire event. You could have picked something else with your $10. I'm sorry. But I can't delete it now that someone has donated to it, so.
And now that we're supposed to get the scary mirror puzzle, which like scarred me as a child. This game kind of scarred me for life, not gonna lie. But the mirror puzzle, or the mirror scene, was very, very scary. But instead, we pull out the Sudoku and we're just filling it in. We have no idea what's going on. What's that noise? What's going on? Like, and then right as the light's flickering and it's all done. So, what? Suddenly the mirror shattered. What? Nancy, what did you do? I guess the Sudoku is just too strong.
If it makes you feel better, I was literally 18 when this game came out, and it
still scared you?
It still scared me, so.
Yeah.
I think the first time I really played this one was actually on a summer vacation with my family. And it was like at the end of the day, we were in a hotel room and I was playing it off a laptop. And I remember getting that jump scare, the bathroom jump scare sequence. That really, really freaked me out.
It gets you. Like, as soon as you realize Nancy's walking forward and you see the reflection, like you don't see Nancy's reflection, you see the reflection of the ghost in the middle of the area in the mirror. It's like, and when she like comes closer and oh my god. It's not even like that bad of a jump scare, but it's like the lead up with her getting like closer to the mirror and then just like popping, and it's like you actually see the mirror break. Like it's like, oh my gosh, like something actually happened in the environment too, which like kind of helps like fuel the oh my god, it's actually a ghost, like, you know. Yeah, the big one at the end is the one that probably like solidified this game for me as probably, I don't know if I go back and forth between this all the time, whether I think this game or Ghost of Thornton Hall is scarier, like, because I still get spooked by Ghost of like I feel like I get spooked by Thornton Hall more because it has a lot of subtle jump scares, but like I said, when I was little, this game like scarred me for a while.
think that this is always going to be my pick for scariest game. And even if it's, scares out of the side, I just think that the Ayumi apartment haunting in the back end of this game is one of the best hauntings in the franchise. It's my personal favorite.
That one was
I could write
pretty.
a paper about how cool that is.
It was #1 on your top 10 scariest moments list.
Oh.
Do you see any bias?
Love that. And for some reason, like when you don't trigger it like in the speed run, but I think it's like either the first or the second time you go to sleep in this game, like you're supposed to see wet footprints in your room. And I played this game casually like sometime last year before I started to like run it, and I literally got jump scared when Nancy was like, oh, there's footprints, and I was like, oh my god, what the, I was like, I remember, but I was like, oh, like it actually like got me, even though there's literally not a scare, but it was just the environment, and then like suddenly seeing that, like it just like got me. I was like, dang, I just got by a bunch of wet footprints. Like,
you know, it's genuinely the biggest scare in these games is whenever Nancy gasps when you don't expect her to. That's what always gets me.
Right.
I think
Because
you
it's like you're
mean
just going back to your room.
I think you mean the biggest scare in the games is when Ethel comes.
Ethel, yep, I knew it
anytime
was
she
coming.
comes on screen.
And then yes, when that happens too.
Dude, literally, I feel like that's the only, I'm honestly trying to think of like the jump scares in Curse of Blackmore Manor right now.
That's
the nightmare is like sus, you know, like creepy, but Ethel like popping out is actually like scary.
It's startling.
Yeah, I agree. Ghost of Thornton Hall, because Ghost of Thornton Hall has a lot of like shadows moving, and that like would get me. Whereas like, and like the whole environment is so disturbing. Like you see the statue move, you see Nancy's name on the grave, you see like the skeleton on top of the mausoleum, like it's again like the natural like things happening in the environment. Whereas in this game, it's like, it's just like, it's still creepy, but yes, I feel like Ghost of Thornton Hall gets me like the creep factor more.
Yeah. Well, if everyone sticks around, the next game we're playing is going to be Ghost of Thornton
Right,
Hall.
yeah,
So,
that's right.
you guys are doing a great job of selling the next game for everyone to stay around. I love that.
Honestly, I this game and Ghost of Thornton Hall are probably in my top, maybe not my top 5, but like my top 6 or 7. Like, I really do enjoy both of those games a lot. Not just because they're scary, but they're just like really, really, I guess like this game just left an impact on me, and I like the puzzles. And then Thornton Hall just, I enjoyed the atmosphere a lot, and I really like the whole like, I enjoy the mystery of like, was it really, you know, just like Nancy's imagination? Like, because we never really get that answered, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
Back to back Thornton Hall and Water's Edge. That's just a absolute cavalry of spooks right there. You know what's something I've noticed? I think that there's a pretty big trend of the scary Nancy Drew games being consistently revered as the best ones. There's exceptions to the rule, but it's more like all scary Nancy Drew games are good Nancy Drew games, unless that there's exceptions to it, because I'm just trying to think.
I agree. Yeah, oh my god, someone in the chat said that they got the ghost town in Dry Creek in Secret of Shadow Ranch also scared me so much.
See, I was always just mad that I couldn't go in the cemetery.
Yeah, that was a missed opportunity, but like, because they could have easily done even just like a little puzzle in there, or easily done like, you know, like a puzzle and like, I don't know, like maybe, I'm trying to think of like a scare that'd be like a little thing that's like natural, like a tree branch falling or something like that, and Nancy like, you know, has like a gasp, you know, and then you're just like, oh, like, you know, like I know it's just the wind, but you know, it's still creepy.
Attention to the actual stream. Yandema is now doing the Sudoku in a really clever way that I would not have thought of.
We're zooming through the Sudoku.
Yeah, he's alternating between filling out Sudoku by the line and doing the Pachinko parlor, where he's just blasting as many of the balls out as he can, and then while they're still in the air, as you can see right here, he's just going right back to the Sudoku in his inventory and filling it in like a machine. That's a really interesting strategy, kind of killing two birds with one stone.
Yeah, you can cheese the Pachinko parlor by, not only is the one that he going to, like, the one on the right is, like, apparently the more, like, lucky one. I don't remember like what the actual
there's a pattern.
I don't know if it's like a pattern or if it's just built into the game, or maybe that's just like a thing that like is said and it's not actually true. But I feel like I don't know if it gives you a pattern. Yeah, like
Rentaro will tell you. If you solve all of his stuff, he'll say that one is luckier. I don't know if it's actually true, but the game tells you that.
The game tells you that, and also basically you can just wind up when you first like get into it, insert your card, you just wind up one shot and then you can spam with the right mouse button, I'm pretty sure it is. Like you holding like with the left, spam with the right, and then you can just go boom 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 boom, boom super fast. So you see him just like shooting a ton of balls out after just one like wind up. And then while that is running, because it just like is a cutscene that runs in the background, basically you can do the Sudoku puzzle.
Can't promise that.
Wow.
You really don't get it.
Excuse me real quick. Ducky in the chat was saying, my mom thought it was hilarious how scared I would get with these games as a kid. That was me and Julian, but with our grandmother actually, because for the longest time, grandma was the only one who had a PC that had a disk drive on it. And so we'd go over there to play them, and I remember we would be like sitting in a chair to the side and looking at the PC at an angle, because our first game was Crystal Skull, and we would be so scared of the game, and it was the funniest thing. And our Mimi still tells us that she's like, oh, I used to watch you boys playing that game, and you'd be leaning off to the side, looking away from it. And
I love it.
Dude, the one story she always remembers is when the Henry Bolet sequence happens, where you go out to the crypt and Henry's crying there. That really scared us as a kids, even though it's not supposed to be scary.
Yeah,
and
right.
Julian leapt out of the chair and just goes, "Get him, Jamie!" It's such a goofy moment.
I love that.
We were supposed to chase him. We wasn't sure what was happening.
Like, did you think he was like a ghost or something, or did you like not realize it was Henry and you were just like,
We thought it was someone who was not supposed to be there. And we're just like, oh my god, chase him, get him, and we were so scared.
I love that.
Back in the day, we had no idea how to even save the game. So every time we played, we would just start a new game, and we were so bad at it. And, we you know, for weeks and weeks, we just played through the same stuff, and it was still fun to us because played. And then when something new like that happened, it freaked us out.
I love that. Yeah, I remember it's funny, the intro for Crystal Skull is so spooky for like no reason, because the rest of the game isn't that scary. Like, I'm trying to think in my mind, like, I guess the
Jolly Rogers meeting.
Yeah, the Jolly Rogers meeting and like the voodoo stuff in Renee's room is like meant to be spooky because it's like the lightning flashes and you see it on the wall, and like the rocking chair like rocks back and forth, and it's like, oh, but like it was, yeah, it's like, I feel like almost like unnecessarily scary. Like, it even has like the warning that's like, play in a dark room. It's like, ayo, like, what's about to happen?
Black Sheep franchise, yeah, it's very strange, and I love it. People in chat are saying you have a Mimi too. I love when other people have Mimis. Thanks, Turkate. And Ducky says my best friend's name is Mimi. We've all got a Mimi somewhere in our lives.
We all got a Mimi somewhere.
And if not, you can borrow one of ours.
Yeah, right, exactly.
You won't want my Mimi. She was not very nice.
Oh.
Didn't mean for that to be sad.
You either die a Mimi or live long enough to see yourself become a Gretchen.
Love that. Dude, we're just continuing with the collection here and the Sudoku, or yeah, the Sudoku. Very, very fine. So we have two more, right? Yeah, we have 2 left to do, and it's on, at the very least, once you get the 4 on the outside, then when you do the 1 in the middle, you only have to do the you don't have to do the corners, the 4 corner boxes, because they're already filled in from the other puzzles. So,
you know, something funny is that when I played through this game just a couple of weeks ago, I realized that some of these boxes are varying difficulties of Sudoku, and they're not nearly as difficult as the others. And one of these squares, I think it's the bottom left one on Senior Detective, you can go through the whole thing one number at a time. You can do all the 1s, then all the 2s, then all the 3s, and it is the best feeling in the world to just glide through Sudoku like that. It's like when you're cutting wrapping paper and your scissors start to glide.
Gosh, right?
It's
so
the best
satisfying.
Feeling. That's why I forgive the Sudoku in this game. The Nanograms, not so much. Ooh,
Yeah, like I
spooky.
said, Nanograms, like, oh, getting the lights.
If I have something to send, this might come in handy.
I missed the
I
lights.
wonder if
yeah.
later on we'll see a reference to a device that maybe could open and close the doors remotely.
Interesting.
That would be pretty spooky.
You know what would
Alright,
be
dude,
really
Lord
spooky
Sudoku.
if people donated, because that, you know, the mushroom and the donut are feeling so lonely because no one's voted for them yet. So you guys are just, you gotta show up for the mushroom or the donut. Come on.
I'm going to donate just to donate to the whale again. The mushroom and the donut they will have their day another day.
They're gone.
If I can just get the Tiltify to take my credit card, for some reason it won't.
Sir, please.
Let's refresh the page, I guess. Nope.
All right.
Nice. And that's it. Monster Sudoku finally done. Ugh.
Oh yeah.
Got that, send it away. So now we send it off to George so that she can give it to the guy so then we can get the word, the passphrase for Suki to get out of guard mode so that we can investigate the desk.
Trust me. I see a lot at this desk.
It's like all this to unlock one dialogue option.
Right, yeah.
And the worst thing is that it's literally just wait in Japanese. It's just mate.
Oh my gosh, that's it's like Nancy, you really couldn't have like brushed up on like a little bit of Japanese and done like stop, wait, you know, like off anything.
Yes.
Thanks. I'll let you go.
See you later.
By the way, I was like focusing, so I didn't get to like explain what I was doing, but you may have seen that like sometimes the audio would cut out for a second.
How's it going?
And that's because I have these little like flap sheets that are on the top of my monitor that I kind of flip down to overlay into the
Need anything else?
Sudoku.
I'll stop bugging you now.
So I have like 5 of those, and I move the little game window around.
Oh my god, that's hardcore.
Dude.
For then, I'll be at the school.
Kind of reminds me about how in Danger by Design people would put tape on the monitor for the Lightroom puzzle.
Right, for the developing puzzle. Ugh.
That's
Literally,
great.
I still have, in my Nancy Drew notebook that I kept with my sister, I still have the original Post-it notes we tore up to do that when that game came out originally.
I love that.
Here we
And
have the Chinese puzzle box. This puzzle I always thought was just a fun little goofy interlude of a puzzle, and then I rewatched Hellraiser, and now it's a lot more creepy.
Heading back to the baths because we get the little tokens and now we can do this puzzle. It's all a cycle, man. It's like you get this little thing, do a puzzle. Get this little thing, do the puzzle. Talk to someone, get this thing. Start this timer.
Circle of life.
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to bring up the oily paper. I know that people use the oily paper for their speed runs, which I find hilarious.
You say
And like
it's pretty much, I mean,
I did it.
just a few people.
a few people. I guess the hardcore gamers.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Walk away, just like
Oh, what kind of conversation what were they having? I guess we'll never. I mean, I guess we saw the dialogue at the bottom. Or wait, no, we didn't know. Why is Rentaro yelling?
Why are they yelling in English? They're like,
Yeah,
hey,
right.
let's make
Exactly.
this
Why did they have a
easier.
conversation in English?
Weird thing is that at the end of that sequence, Miwako comes up to the peephole and says something in Japanese, which I never know what to do. Does she
says
realize
like
that Nancy's on the other side?
listening, I think, or something like that. Yeah.
Like
What I don't
someone's listening.
understand about that scene is that, according to the geography in the room, she'd literally be standing on top of the bath.
Nice. Oh
Walking on
yeah.
water.
Right. I guess it is right there now that I think about it. Yeah. So mom and dad are fighting exactly.
I think so. Hard to say. The name sounds familiar.
And then he's just like, all right, walk away.
Yeah. Oh,
And then
to
of
me,
course, like,
it's not the first time that they're arguing in English too, because in the beginning, don't Miwako and Takai argue in
yeah,
English?
right. They're talking about the portrait, which we skipped over, but yeah, they do argue in English. Yeah.
And later,
In front of
Waka and
Nancy.
Mimi are gonna argue in English.
Yeah. Right.
I'm assuming Miwako's voice actress actually does speak Japanese because
She does.
Yes,
Yeah.
the voice actress for Miwako is actually Japanese.
Mhm.
None of the other ones are.
Kind of shows, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I still don't mind the accents.
My issue, yeah, no, I won't go into it, but it does, yeah, Miwako's sounds great. And then everyone else is like, no, that's definitely someone just doing an accent.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good authority that none of the voice actors from Cat of Curse speak German, and correct me if I'm wrong.
You know, I
I
don't.
could. I mean, I don't know, but again, I totally would believe that. Like.
I just love the old Burgermeister Burger character. He's so over the top.
Yeah, Carl, right?
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of Doofenshmirtz, but not evil.
Yeah.
In which case,
Doofenshmirtz
Lucas
is
is Perry the
morally
Platypus.
gray, so.
Yeah, Doofenshmirtz is actually like a good person deep down.
He is. He cares for his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I gotta rewatch some good old Phineas and Ferb. It's been too long.
So good. So good.
Doofenshmirtz just needs a therapist because
Right, exactly.
You know,
He's a lot of trauma he used to work. I mean, isn't like Perry kind of his therapist?
I mean, basically, it's like he uses him as his therapist. But this is way off topic. How did we get to talking about Phineas and Ferb?
Carl the Burgermeister is Heinz Doofenshmirtz in an alternate reality.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Exactly.
It all makes sense now.
I remember when I was little, like when Phineas and Ferb was like first airing for the first time, my sister and I would talk about it so much with our dad, and we loved it so much that my mom had to ban it from the dinner table. She was like, "We cannot talk about Phineas and Ferb."
Oh God.
Oh my God.
And spooky, quick, spooky person, quick, let's run out and go see. Oh, never mind, we're just gonna stay in here, frozen with fear.
For a second, I spaced out and I thought this was the haunting from the first night in Nancy's room. It's like, oh my gosh, Yandema, you put it off this long?
Nancy hasn't slept.
We were doing Sudoku during it the first time, so you probably.
Yeah, right. We didn't see it exactly.
Chat, you are hilarious, and I don't do impressions very well, but I gotta do this. Perry the Platypus, I see you found my Raidinator.
Perry the Platypus.
Thank you. You do an actual good job. Now you have to read the whole thing.
All right, give me a second. Perry the Platypus, I see you found my Raidinator.
There we go.
I would like to hear my backstory about why I was never allowed to play board games as a child in Dusseldorf. Oh God. His backstories were the best.
Oh my gosh.
Being forced to be a lawn gnome because there was a prohibition on lawn gnomes.
Had to wear dresses to school. Was raised by ocelots. Forced to be a garden gnome.
His mom didn't even show up to his birth.
No one was at his birth, right? Not his. His parents were not when he was born.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think when you're done.
So if you want to vote in the Tiltify poll, you go to the donate, and it should bring up a list of like what you want your money to go towards. And you have to pick the poll. Don't pick the one that says Death % Marathon. That's just the cumulative goal. I messed up in Tiltify and I can't fix it. So that's on me. But we got $5 from Mad Pastel, who says, "You're doing a great job. Also, I'm voting for the donut, so all votes aren't just for the one charm. But the whale is cute too."
Gang, I'm calling on you for multiple votes now to balance out this donut one. We cannot let the donut take hold.
Vote for the mushroom.
Just getting barely just enough so we can get the collar.
I was behind by 15. I don't know if y'all saw that.
Yeah. It's fine.
It's hard to keep track of like how many you have while you're also trying to do.
While you're doing the right, yeah. Ugh.
Okay, now time to leave.
All right, trying to trigger the. We just run back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There we go. Nice.
Is this how we trigger a phone call, or?
I'll let you go.
It was the.
Oh, there we go. The delivery.
Right? Yeah.
I was just waiting on a timer.
Timer was just like, okay.
Okay. And here
And now
it is.
we're able to.
Rentarno, we all see it.
Rentarno.
Hey.
And we have to read the book entry to talk to Rentaro about the EVP, because then we can do some recording and get some stuffs.
You have to read the book and you have to read the comic to be able to talk to him about this.
Nonsense, if you ask me. But still, the idea sort of gives.
My God, my cat's finally asleep. It's like putting the baby to bed.
I wonder if you know how I could try it out.
Oh, sure, I got something that can do that.
But babies are less hard to put to bed than people think.
I'm trying to find the right one to.
But that might just be because I put many to sleep every day.
Right. You're like a pro at it.
I'm in skin unlocked.
I have a program that edits out.
You're supposed to, to read the comic basically, because when you go to the Pachinko parlor, Nancy says, I should look at that comic. And so, like, that's supposed to be your indication that she wants you to get it.
Okay, what's it do?
It's awesome. High data wireless transfer.
Nancy has like incredible fascination with things that are like, yeah, like any normal person would be like, oh, it's just, totally irrelevant, but Nancy just hones in on this one thing.
Right, she's like, I really need that comic, for some reason.
Oh, I totally need to ask about this tragedy. Please tell me more about your dead mother.
Yeah.
We have some donations. We have $5 from Lauren that says, for incredible Doofenshmirtz impressions. And we have $5 from Leah, who says, let's get some phone charms. So now it's $10 for the mushroom charm, $5 for the donut, and $34 for the whale. You guys
just gonna snag a little bit.
That melts my icy Dusseldorf raid heart.
And now we basically, you're supposed to like go around the garden and like just get a bunch of recordings, but you just have to, the one that you need is behind the tree, and you just record just like the tiniest bit and just plug it into this thing that Rentaro has. And while it's going, we just solve the Nanograms puzzle, cause yeah.
Quick question, because it's already over now, but I wanted to ask, is Nanograms a real kind of puzzle? Because of the three, this is my favorite, but I've never seen it anywhere.
It is real, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
real, and I hate it.
I don't like it. My sister loves it.
When we have to do it in Trail of the Twister, it makes me rage. Like
it's so fun though. I don't know. It's so satisfying to see the big stream of numbers. I guess it wouldn't be that much fun on pen and paper, but still.
I remember it being something that I was given in elementary school to do, as like a math class thing.
Did you guys ever have days in school where one class would get ahead of the other, and then the teacher would give the class that was ahead just logic puzzles to work on?
Yes.
Yeah.
That made me feel so vindicated to be a Nancy Drew nerd, because I would destroy them.
Right,
It was the greatest.
That's why I specifically, anytime those logic puzzles that are like, so-and-so sits next to so-and-so and stuff like that, I make a full logic puzzle chart to do it, because that's the way my brain works now.
Yeah, I mean, and we'll see that. We see that puzzle in Castle Malloy.
We do.
The seating chart puzzle.
And we're also running Labyrinth of Lies this time, and that happens with
the tickets, right.
Yeah.
Ben Wedge says, I'm the teacher who is always 2 days ahead in the department. I have a reputation. Well done.
Hey,
Please give your students cutout Nancy Drew puzzles the next time you get that.
I should get the teapot off the fire.
Like, make them solve like the riddle puzzles from the Crystal Skull Graveyard Hunt.
Oh gosh, right.
Okay, so
never early, never late, just in time.
Sorry, we have a couple more donations. We have a donation from Karen who says, "Please, friends, I need the mushroom or I'll die." And then we got $44 from Dr. Ray Ray, which says, "Owed this for Whack and Ven, but also donating for the mushroom because you cannot unlive me in a way that matters."
Very generous, Ray Ray. I will still stand against you because the whales.
To where?
But I admire your determination.
Yeah. I was about to say we're a mushroom family, but Dr. Ray Ray is my not sister.
It Looks like this is as far back as the records go.
Alright, so basically we gotta call Savannah twice in a row, because first we gotta ask her twice about the room that she stayed in, because Nancy's like, that's suspicious, I bet. Like, and she's like, I guess I'll do it, because Savannah investigated, so might as well go to the same place, but... So yeah, you call her, hang up, scroll one thing to the right on the computer, and go back, call her. And we do this key card puzzle to get the keys for the rooms. All fancy schmancy. I don't even remember how I solved this puzzle casually the first time. I think it was very, very frustrating, I remember. Oh, nice. We got the phone, the creepy phone call.
One day I'll go fast enough where that call triggers like during the this cutscene. Getting trapped in the room.
Yeah, right.
That calls on a timer too, and it starts after you finish the renogram.
It's possible to get it now.
Gotta learn to click faster. Gosh.
Dude, it's the speed.
It's better, Yanni, but it's not that hard.
I'm just kidding, Yanni. It's hard, like. But yeah, so we tried to go into the room with the room. Basically, we got into one room, used this star card that we got from Runtaro, and went through it, and then we're locked in, and we have to solve this puzzle to get out.
How did people feel about this puzzle? Because I've always thought it was fun. I have a good eye for this kind of thing, just matching symmetry. But I understand why people hate it.
I love this puzzle.
Really?
I think it's fun, but it was really hard to do it like casually the first time, and it's very like it's so stressful when you hear like the banging and like you're on a time limit, and it was just like it's very, very stressful. But I do like it as a puzzle, but just like with the like I said, the banging and like you're trying to go, and then when you run out of time you die. Like
that's another good question actually that you lead me to. What is the context here? What is the danger that's happening? I've never been able to understand that. Like something falls on you?
Yeah, like something like a giant block falls from the ceiling and like kills her, I guess. Like
he decides to stand underneath it.
It's just like suddenly the ghost apparently traps us in this room with an escape route, and then like drops a giant block on our head if we like don't make it out. Like
I just don't understand what the urgency is.
I always thought it was a fire when I first played it, but I don't think it is.
Oh,
yeah. Like even a little fire, like in Message on Haunted Mansion, you had to have the fire department out after that whole sequence. So I think they would have really capitalized.
No. It's
fire.
We have two more donations. $5 from Mandy that says mushroom, and then $2 from Devika who says Team Mushroom.
Dude, the mushroom's coming back for revenge.
Aw, yeah.
Luckily, Yandema got on the first try. Bless up, no death.
I think what's happening here is that Rentaro was like training us in puzzle logic this whole game, and this was our final test.
That's true.
So if we fail the test, he just drops a brick on us.
Love how Nancy has to drop down from the second floor. But anyway, yeah, in this speedrun, we just go back into the very room that we escaped from. LMAO, it's fine. And also after this puzzle, we run down to the secret bath just to trigger the...
Alright, so now we are on the phone charm clock.
Okay, so...
Nice.
We still have a minute or two before we can close it, because right now I am doing the only thing that you can do after this timer, which is the rock puzzle.
Okay. Let me know...
We still have like 2 more minutes.
Okay, let me know when I should close it, and I will tell you the results.
Right.
But I was gonna say that and now that you've done the color puzzle, I believe it's after the color puzzle, you can look at the water in the garden and you see the face of
Kasumi, the Kasumi face.
Yeah, Kasumi. Yeah.
Yeah,
that one again, like creeped me out, cause like I was like, oh my god, like I don't even think I knew. First couple of times I played through the game, and then I was playing through it like alone, and I I genuinely just got jump scared by seeing her face in the water. Like, nothing happens, you just see it, but like, it totally got me.
Yeah, it kind of like simulates a real haunting where like you've seen it so many times that you just like, the first time you see it, you're like, did I really just see that?
Yeah,
Making
exactly.
it up.
Like, and it also fades. Sometimes it's like it's like more clear than other times, so you can go back and look at it, and it'll be like a little faded, and then you can see her very clearly other times, and like super subtle. Like you could go your entire life not knowing that that's a thing, but it's just so subtle, and just gave me the heebie-jeebies.
That origami puzzle that Yandema just did, that's a puzzle that I always forget is in this game. That and the little garden rocks. For some reason, I always forget about them.
Alright, we're gonna have to close the poll in like 10 seconds. Alright, I think we should be good to close it now.
Okay, so the results for this are, well, I closed it, but it was mushroom. I can't see the exact amounts now, but
I don't believe you.
It was the mushroom.
What does the vote count?
Like 64.
Yeah, no, that 44 dono, that like recount rigged.
Recount. I demand a recount.
But we are going the shroom, so I mean it'll be faster than getting the whale, right?
$34 for the whale, $5 for the donut, and $64 for the mushroom.
Yandema probably gave that $44 donation so he could buy things cheaper.
Secretly, his secret account, right?
Well, we did
buying time for time.
Just get a $40 anonymous donation with no comment, so thank you, anonymous. That gets us up to $2,250. So we're only $750 away from that message in a haunted mansion Game Boy Advance version. That's a mouthful.
In all seriousness, thank you for your generosity. That's a big number.
Honestly.
Haunted mansion.
Yeah, you know.
Haunted mansion.
It should rhyme.
All right,
Haunted
we're going
mansion.
for it.
Mushroom, there we go.
Mushroom!
863.
Ah, yeah.
And now we have to print out all of the photos, basically.
I was picturing like some chopped up gray mushroom I'd actually eat. That's like a cute little toadstool.
Yeah, it's a little cute like toadstool.
Painted conch. Perhaps I stood against the mushroom too harshly.
Perhaps.
Alright, so now we're just waiting on the last photo. There's like nothing we can do until then.
Chilling.
Except...
Later, Rose.
I have to ask, what are you doing to shoot out so many balls all at once? Are you just like clicking?
So you charge it like this once, and then you just spam right click, and it just shoots it out.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I didn't know you could do that. I was always just mash clicking. Now I feel like an idiot.
No, it's a very hidden thing.
Maybe I was just playing with a trackpad all those years, but I guess I could still do it on that.
Honestly, some of these games are almost impossible to play on trackpads, despite the fact that the majority of the people who played these games for years were people on their laptops.
Right.
You know, when Julian first left for college, I tried to get him Wineskin Winery to get a couple games on his little MacBook. It was like an old MacBook that didn't really have any storage, like the equivalent of a Chromebook. And I got him Haunted Carousel. The frame rate was so bad that Barnacle Blast could not be beat. It was impossible.
There's a hidden message. I need to talk to you.
I later felt bad about that.
The other puzzle that's impossible to do on a trackpad is that dress sewing in Secret of the Oak Clock.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
I suffered on that one.
pictures together.
Gross.
From a set of numbers in Japanese.
But yeah, we printed out all of the things, and Nancy was like, "Huh, there's something hidden here," and we lined it up, and they're Japanese numbers, I believe, is like what they.
The combination.
Combination, yeah. And so Yumi sent us all the photos, so we go to talk to her, and then she's just like, "You're right, there was a thing there," and then we're just like, "Why?" And
Part of the game is so creepy to me.
But what did these
I'll shut up though.
yeah,
I know I never.
no, when it comes up, yeah, that was that I was preparing for. Yeah, I was like, oh.
I'd like to hear from chat, actually. I know I've already spoken plenty enough, but what is your guys' favorite hauntings from this game? Because I know there's a couple that are really popular spooky hauntings, just right in your face, literally. But there's also a lot more subtle ones that I want to hear about that really just warm my heart to think of all the spooky stuff going on.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, we get the creepy phone call, slamming doors in the hallway, lights flickering in the hallway, mirror scene, obviously, Yumi's apartment, the haunting on like the first night, the haunting with outside of Takai's room.
You're not mad, are you?
Yes, I.
The big one at the end that we're all amping up for right now.
Andrea Adventuring says, the stress of steaming the envelope and it being too loud.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
yeah. That's a very good answer.
People who used to sneak around their house after everyone went to sleep. That's the added, like, oh no, I can't wake anyone up.
Oh my god. I once tried to make a map of all the floorboards to figure out which ones creaked and which ones didn't.
Oh my gosh.
It was like completely unintelligible to anyone else because I knew what everything was because I wrote it. I actually used that. I remember, so I could sneak downstairs in the early morning before my parents needed the computer for work, and I would watch Arkle Thump's Nancy Drew videos.
Gosh, dude, right?
And I think I do that while playing Wizard 101, and then I learned that I could like have one thing open in another tab and do them simultaneously. And that's how I developed severe ADHD.
I wish my upstairs neighbors would make that kind of map.
Oh boy, they could probably benefit from it.
Okay,
Does wonder.
I want everyone in chat to pull up the Nanogram solution and make sure I don't make any mistakes.
Yeah, this is.
I'll do that to pay it forward because I could have benefited from that on my stream.
I'm gonna try to do it without looking at a solution.
Don't mind me and my clicking keyboard.
Have fun. The last time I tried to stream this, I was playing my Nancy Drew drinking game. Obviously drinking juice, because this is a family-friendly stream.
Right.
But I was doing my drinking game, and in this game, you do a lot of things that trigger on that. And, like, because you steal a lot of stuff, you eavesdrop a lot, that kind of thing. Yeah. And by this part, I was a bit on the sleepy side, we'll call it sleepy.
Yeah, right.
And it took me a full... What was it? And I was doing this on Senior. It took me a full hour and a half on stream to do this.
Yeah, this like this casually, unless you know how to do nanograms, hours and hours. like if anyone genuinely was able to complete this puzzle for the first time under like half an hour, I applaud you so much because my child brain, nah.
No. The adventure of nanograms.
Yeah, like now I could definitely do it casually because I know how they work, but
imagine
even that would still take me probably 15 minutes.
Yeah, I play a lot of Picross on my phone, which is just nanograms with a fancy name.
Yeah.
But
right.
I'll do ones this size, and it'll give me a timer on the side, and it still takes me like half an hour, 40 minutes to do something this big.
Yandema looking good so far. I'm looking at the junior solution, which I'm pretty sure you're on junior, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Oh god, it would be even worse if we were on senior.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's way more complex. Such a difficulty increase.
Hour
like
and
a
a half
fox on senior. That's what pisses me off.
You mean it grinds your gears? The
Grinds my
family.
gears.
It grinds. Yeah, wasn't like a grinds my beans, grinds my gears.
Really crumbles my cookie.
Yeah, right.
Let's see, what did I miss?
Scanning.
I don't know. Okay.
Nice. Luckily, it caught that very quick.
Everyone in chat, we need some hype or even pogs for
this
that.
is the end game now. Because as soon as we grab the sword and back away, everyone's scarred for life as a child.
It's coming up for anyone who doesn't know the culprit of this game.
Time to literally save Nancy from drowning.
By the way, I wasn't looking at a solution for that. I was like trying to have it memorized.
It was organic.
You got it. And only one unnecessary rope cut as well.
Oh, I accidentally hit the little bolt.
Oh yeah, dang. Oh well, it's okay. It's okay. And instead of looking at it, we just run away. Yeah. Evacuating the premises because it's time.
For the incredibly long thing she talks about.
For the long... How long is this conversation? I don't...
Years.
It's the kind of thing where you can get up, get a drink, come back. She's still talking.
How would you know if she didn't mean
It's funny, sometimes when I go into Takai's room, I'll like be mashing too much that I accidentally like miss Takai and I just come in and like rattle her window and then
leave. Really wanted because you're afraid of losing the Ryukon. You made up all of this ghost business to scare the girls into doing what you want.
Nancy.
Stop! You're wrong.
I don't buy it.
So insensitive, Nancy.
I just love how Nancy literally revealed who the culprit was and she's still accusing
There's no
Takai.
guaranteeing that they'll
Right, yeah.
It's true.
Yes, there is. There is too much sadness for them here. They've forgotten about how things used to be before.
Dr. Ray Ray says, we bust into her tea room soaking wet, and she's just like, oh, hello, Nancy-san.
Yeah, right? Like, we've just been almost drowned, and Nancy's, like, coughing, and, like, you know, and then just like, hello, Nancy. Like, ma'am.
Maybe I jumped to a decision too quickly.
I know you.
Yes, you have to talk to talk to Takai. Yep. I always forget it until we actually go, and I'm like, that's right, you have to have the whole exposition with her.
The police said it was an accident. It wasn't.
Because if you don't, then Retro is not gone from his shed, right? Or
well, he's gone from his shed, but the incriminating
the work thing is not there, or whatever. Yeah.
She was supposed to be meeting with that pen pal friend of hers downtown. She was so.
Pastel says she has no recollection of ever actually having this conversation, even though she beat this game. And that I think is very telling that this whole sequence just goes in one ear and out the other.
Yeah, no, it really, like I said, I always forget that this happens at the very end. I'm like, right, we like go straight to the thing and we have the end game. It's like, no, we have to talk to her first.
This conversation was very memorable for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's incredibly memorable because it's like, yeah, there's a lot to it. There are a lot of very interesting theories about this game that I'm not going to talk about.
Oh, yes, I know it, yeah.
On a family-friendly stream. But if you guys would love to hear about it, I actually have a podcast episode about it for Crowmeister Sisters, which is called What Really Happened to Kasumi. What really happened to Kasumi Shimizu. And we go, it's like 45 minutes of going really in depth on all of the clues. And this conversation has, yeah. So
I'm gonna go check that out.
I'll link it in the Discord.
Yeah, no, wait, I'm like trying to find like more podcasts to listen to now that I'm at college and I do like a lot of walking around. So like I would love to listen to a Nancy Drew podcast.
I think a lot of people involved in this event are involved in podcasts. So
yeah,
I'd love for people to plug their podcasts.
Yeah, no, like please. And then ghost sound effect. No, not quite right. And oh boy.
Tara was talking about earlier.
The most annoying thing to me is that even if you keep your inventory open to get the Doromatic,
I should
it
translate
just
this and figure out what
takes
he's
away
up
the
to.
inventory.
Oh god, yeah, I see it. So you gotta go in, click it. But now we go right into the room and dun dun dun.
What are you doing in here? You're the one trying to scare everyone.
You know, I wonder, and I don't know, I don't remember if I've talked about this before, like, with people with this game, but, like, I wonder what Rentaro was doing in this room. Like, what he was trying to set up, like...
Why would you want to close this place?
Like, there's no one in there. Like, what is he trying to... Like, is he trying to set up another trap for Nancy? Like...
I feel like he's setting up another haunting.
Yeah. Like, is he
Maybe
trying to,
not
like, put... Yeah, like, trying to put something in the wall so, you know, like, knocks or...
Not so fast.
It's possible
so
he was
fast.
fixing
Dude,
something
love the speed
from when
click.
he trapped you in the room.
Love the speed click on that.
Way to convince everyone about Rentaro.
Quick, let me record him with the screwdriver.
Yeah, of course. Don't you have screwdrivers that record things?
Even with our detour to get the mushroom charm, Yandema still made excellent time on this run, it looks like.
Yeah. Very, very killing it, as usual.
Let me just pull it up to be certain, because I know that Yandema did this run a little while ago, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, you are the current world record holder for Shadow at the Water's Edge?
Yep.
Yeah, that is something that cannot be understated then. Your last time, I'm assuming you don't know it off the top of your head, because you have so many times to keep track of. I saw it in here somewhere. Here it is. You had 1 minute, 13, no, not 1 minute. 1 hour, 13 minutes, and 17 seconds. And we came really close to the mark this time.
Yeah, very, very close. Especially after what, didn't you do Ghost Dogs like 2 days ago or something like that?
Be the one to tell her. If I do, she might forgive me.
Eventually.
You don't
did, yeah.
deserve forgiveness.
Not a chance, Rentaro. Yup, it's faster to say that you're not gonna.
Right. I don't need to be here when you tell her.
Man, I always want to forgive Rentaro because he's a fun character
Hour
of the game.
15 minutes and 12 seconds.
Here we go.
115.
Dude, sub 115, 12.22.
That was such an awesome run. Do you want to say anything?
Super close. Love
Anything
that.
you guys want to shout out?
Vote for Holt.
Thanks, Jamie and Stevus for commentating for me.
Yeah, no, this was awesome. Loving the event. Very glad that I got to see some of it, and I'll be able to see more of it tonight and tomorrow, luckily, so very happy about that. Loving all of it. Loving the energy. We got such good energy, the positive vibes, like... We're gonna smash this 3,000 goal for sure.
And hopefully at 3.5K we can get that death % marathon going at the end of the
I'm
event.
really looking forward to that, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I want to say special thanks to my cat for not trying to eat the mic, and even bigger thanks for everybody who donated tonight for this stream and for all the others, or for all the other runs. It's all been one crazy long stream. We're at almost 9 hours now, it looks like.
Oh my
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I'll
yeah.
be in tomorrow with 3:30 with J Cat's Alibi and Ashes run, but otherwise it's been great streaming with you guys now.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Everyone stick around. We're going to have a very quick break, and then we're going to come back with Mad Pastel doing Ghost of Thornton Hall 100%. So,
Yeah.
we'll be
Stay
right
tuned
back.
for more spooks.